Mic check, mic check. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Loomis Field here at Andrews Osborne Academy. I'm Anthony Camardi. Solo today. Unfortunately, the Sumerax could not make it. Darius back at school, Daniel at to work. But I know their love is there, and their support is there as well. We have a couple of lineups to give to you today. This is the Lake Effect Conference semifinal between your Andrews Osborne Academy Phoenix and the Lawrence Lions. A matchup that AOA took 13-3 earlier in the season. However, the score is not as lopsided as it seemed. It was only a 4-3 ball game until late in the innings when the starter for Lawrence, who is the same starter today, Crooks, just ran out of gas and had to get pulled. And after that, the floodgates opened. So Crooks is back on the bump today for Lawrence. We'll get to their lineup. Leading off, again, these are last names only. Leading off, Samick. Batting second, Crooks. Samick is shortstop. Crooks starting pitcher. Davis the catcher. Mateo the center fielder. Roan the second baseman. Rivas the first baseman. Maloney in left. The designated hitter, Starinsky, for right fielder Morgan. And the nine-batter, Commander, batting third. For AOA, the common battery of Landon Rossi and Cooper Feebig, pitcher and catcher. Around the horn, Andrew Einat at third, Miles Raines at shortstop, second base Colin Loomis, first base Marco Zhang, in the outfield left to right Alejandro Garcia. I wanted to say Mauricio Garza, but it's Alejandro Garcia Pedroso in left, Connor Heineman in center, and Lex Zhang in right. The first pitch from Rossi was a strike, and that one was outside for a ball, and the count 1-1 to Samick, the leadoff man. And now that all the introductions are done, I can zero in on my play-by-play, as that pitch has been called a strike all season, just outside for 2-1. Early on, of course, but a bad time to start calling that one a ball. That one there is a strike, called strike. Similar location, a little higher. 2-2 the count out of Samick, who reached base often in their last game. Curveball high, 3-2. Winner of this will play the LEC Championship game on Friday. The payout pitch. Line to center field. Will it get down? Heineman will not have a play on it. It'll drop for a leadoff single for Sam. And the Lions are in business. Batting Crooks now, the pitcher. This Lions team coached by Sciafaletti. And if I say the name wrong, I apologize. And of course for AOA, Coach Jay Murphy. So Crooks digs in. Samick off first base. Landon comes set, and the pitch. That ball is popped sky high to right field. LEC Zhang has a beat on it. He'll make the play, and there's one out. Samick back to first. First pitch swinging there was Crooks. And now batting the catcher, Davis. The only trouble AOA had in the last game was a few errors that led to runs and a walk or two, as that pitch is poured in for a strike by Rossi. The count 0-1. Without the errors, I really don't think they score runs. Also, AOA was the benefactor of called a swinging bunt from Marco Zhang, from what I remember. And that allowed the run to score. And Marco had the first 3 RBIs. That game was 3-3 all the way to about the 5th inning. So it should be a good one here as we're in the top of the first with 1 away. Another check on the runner. Samick is back. Simultaneously today, much like yesterday, the girls softball team has their OSHA district opening round today against Ashtabula St. John. And that pitch a strike. And the count 0-2 to Davis. Izzy Schuler yesterday hit the first home run on the new field, on the first game on the new field. An absolute bomb to dead center. The pitch. Just outside, and the count goes to 1-2. So Samick off first. Davis at the plate. Pitch up coming from Rossi as he's going to... Time is called by the batter, Davis. And now Rossi will come to set. The pitch. Inside, says Blue. And the count is 2-2. Davis back in. Rossi takes a sign and the pickoff attempt. And Samick is yet again back. Paying a lot of attention to Samick. 1 away, top of the first. LEC semifinal. So playoff action all around the fields today at AOA. The pitch. In the dirt, count 3-2. Earlier today, the tennis had their districts at Hawken. Unfortunately, nobody advanced to regionals. The doubles pairing of Davide Tancredi and Pep Costa. They won their first round match, lost their second round match. Everybody else lost in the first. So, but regardless, tennis had an amazing season, finishing with a record of 8-2 in the regular season, with some incredible individual talent. Oh, and that pitch just missed. And ball 4. So, as Samick was on the move during the pitch, first and second was 1 away. And in steps Mateo, the cleanup hitter and center fielder for Lawrence, as this is the first umpire all season who was not given that extreme outside corner, which is maybe a little confusing to Rossi. But he's a good enough pitcher. He will be able to adjust and get better at it. As that pitch is a strike. You must have heard me on cue. Just to bring that pitch just in a little more. The 0-1 coming. Sets and fires. Low and outside. 1-1 to Mateo. Again, this lineup for Lawrence, not very deep. The pitch coming from Rossi as Samick is jumping off second base. Outside corner strike 1-2 to Mateo. Roan not yet in the on-deck circle, but he's over there. The pitch. That's a little too far outside, even for me. That's 2-2. Rossi sets and fires the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and there's 2 away. Big strikeout for Rossi. And with 2 outs, in steps Roan with runners on first and second. And Rossi sets. The pitch. Swung on a miss, strike one. 0-1 now to Roan. Rossi showing command. The pitch. Just inside, 1-1. Though this is inconsistent with a lot of the umpires this year, I do like this umpire's strike zone. It's actually a real strike zone, so commendable. The 1-1. Popped up. Andrew Inat makes the call. And the catch in the side retired. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Nothing. Inat, Rains, Feebig. The line. Back in a moment. AOA, Loomis Field, LEC semifinal baseball. And we're back here for the bottom of the first inning. Andrew Inat to the leadoff. Miles Rains, Cooper Feebig. As Rains has solidified himself as the 2-hitter in the order. Rossi batting fifth. Gives the lineup a little bit more depth. And the first pitch coming from Crooks is a strike called. Crooks, a hard-throwing, big right-hander, as we saw in the first game against these two teams. He likes to work quickly, as he is right now. And the second pitch is lined down the first base line. That'll play 0-2 quickly to Inat. And Crooks, he means business, right back to work. It's in the set. Winds and delivers the 0-2 to Inat. Inside and a foul ball. We'll do it again as Inat didn't get the bat down. You have three options there. Duck and get the bat down. Get hit by the pitch. Or duck and have the bat fouled off. Which the third option, the unlikely of the three, but it happened. That pitch outside and count 1-2 to Inat. Crook steals. Popped. First base side. Oh, it gets behind the first baseman. Took a bad route to it. Second baseman wasn't there either. And Inat gets on with a bloop single to lead things off for AOA. Hit them where they ain't. Name of the game. Oh, Miles Raines digs in. Inat off first. Rivas holds him on. The pitch. Tipped into the glove of Davis. And the count 0-1 to Raines. Crook sets and fires. Popped up again. This time Crooks calls his own number. And he'll make the play, and there's one out. That one was not where they weren't. So one away. In steps the three batter, Cooper Feevig. Feevig, a hard-hitting lefty. Crooks. So power versus power here. Crooks' fastball versus Feevig's bat. The pitch. Of course, he features a curveball, and he pours that one in for a strike. 0-1. I forgot to mention that is also in his repertoire. A very nice breaking curveball when things are going correctly. Feevig calls time. AOA, the deeper of the two teams as far as pitching goes, so I would say whoever gets to the bullpen, can't think of the word for it right now, as Feevig swings and misses, and the count goes to 0-2 on Feevig. However, it gets by the catcher, and Inat gets second base. So we're in a scoring position with one out. So whether whoever can withstand the starting pitching power, give the advantage to AOA with their depth in the pitching staff. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Feevig down on strikes. So Marco Zhang in now. Cleanup hitter for AOA. Crooks, the sign. And the pitch. Low and outside, ball 1-0. Crooks deals. Swing and a miss. 1-1. A long, loopy swing there by Marco. Usually a more compact swing for number 4. Marco did all the damage against Lawrence last time. Crooks checks Inat at second and will deliver the 1-1 pitch. Fouled off, and it's 1-2. Crooks quickly back to work. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three, and the sides retired. So AOA down. Nothing across the board here in the first. We'll go to the second. Nothing. LEC championship or semifinals. Crooks versus Rossi. This is a good pitching matchup, folks. Stay tuned. Back here for the top of the second inning, leading off Rivas, the first baseman for Lawrence. Rossi looking to be economical here with the bottom part of the order. Six, seven, eight coming up for Lawrence. First pitch is fouled at the plate off the mitt of Feebig, and the count 0-1. So Samet, Crooks, Davis, Mateo are really the four that Landon has to navigate. The rest of the lineup should be, in theory, relatively, we'll call it easy, but you never say anything is easy in baseball, as that pitch hits the outside corner for a strike and count 0-2. And again, I know the late John Sterling would say, well, that's baseball, Susan. Should anything happen? The pitch. Just outside, count 1-2 now. So Blue here gives a little off the plate, but not a lot. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. He chased and one away here in the second. The second strikeout for Rossi. And Maloney will step up to the plate now, the left fielder today for the Lions. And Rossi to work. High ball one, 1-0. And the pitch. Chopped foul at the plate, and the count's 1-1. Rossi gets the set. The pitch. Curveball high, 2-1. Landon trying to get a little bit of a feel for that curveball. Imagine for the next time through the order for the top. So why not waste a few pitches in the bottom of the order? I don't mind that at all. The 2-1. Line drive to second base. A little humpback liner right to Colin Loomis. Easy play for him. And there are two away. So 2 outs, and in steps Starinsky, the designated hitter today for the right fielder Morgan. Take advantage of a weak bottom of the lineup. Rossi's looking to do just that. The pitch. Curveball in the dirt, 1-0. And the pitch. Another low one, 2-0. A warmer day than yesterday. Cloudy, nonetheless, but warmer, which I will accept. The pitch. High, 3-0. Do not want to lose the bottom of the order here if you're Rossi. You want to get back to the top of the third with a fresh set, if you will. And 4 straight ones out of the zone. And be a runner on first as Starinsky gets there. And Commander comes up with 2 away. Commander had a tough game last time here. He made a few errors in the field. Led to that big inning for AOA. Rossi deals. A strike poured in, 0-1. The pitch. Not sure where that one missed. High, apparently. And the count 1-1. Didn't miss by much. And the pitch. That one swung on and missed. Count 1-2 for Rossi. Rossi comes quickly to the set. The pitch. Line hard, a fair ball down the left field line. Shifted way over for some reason was Garcia Pedroso. And the pitch is going to come in. Waved home is the runner Starinsky. And Lawrence take a 1-0 lead. So Commander cheats on a fastball and just ropes it down the left field line. Garcia had to run forever for that one as the outfield was inexplicably shifted way over. So a double for Commander and a 1-run lead for Lawrence here on the top of the second. The pitch. That curveball pours in for a strike in the count 0-1. To the top of the order now, Samick. Rossi a long set. The pitch is high, 1-1. Runner goes for third. A throw by Fiebig is not in time. Commander's in. I mean, the ball that Commander hit was so close to the line, I'm not sure if anybody would have gotten there. The count 2-1 on Samick. So now runner on third with 2 away, and the pitch coming up from Rossi. Swing and a miss in the count 2-2. The pitch. Foul down the first base line. Out of play. We'll do it again. Crook's waiting on deck. Samick has a 2-2 count coming up. 2-2, 2 outs, top second. 1 in for Lawrence. The pitch. Line to right center field. That is going to get down for a base hit. Commander scores, and Lawrence have a 2-0 lead. Timely 2-out hitting, and it all started with a walk to the 8-batter. Walk, double, single. 2 runs. And a stolen base in there as well. All started with a 2-out walk. Crooks digs in now. The pitch. Low and count 1-0. Rossi checks the runner, and Samick is back. The pitch. Curveball high, 2-0. The pitch. Low, 3-0. And Crooks perhaps not the worst hitter to pitch around. Big lefty. The pitch. Outside corner, 3-1. Good spot there from Rossi. AOA looking to stop the bleeding here. Bleeding, more of a slow drip. And pitch. Grounded, foul down the first base line. Nice snag there by the first base coach. So full count, 3-2, 2 outs, 2 in for Lawrence. Can't quite tell what the score is in the softball field, but I see a lot of white shirts running around the bases, which suggests bad things for AOA as they're wearing their dark blue. The pitch from Rossi. With the runner going. Did he go? Yeah, the field umpire can't make a call from there. It's ball 4. Even if he was in the C position, I'm not sure that the batter went anyway. as you have three positions as a field umpire. The A, which is right behind first base with nobody on. The B, with a runner on first base, which is where the umpire was. And then the C position, which is where he is now, just to the left field side of second base with a runner on second. So pitching coach comes out to talk to Rossi as he's run into a little bit of trouble here with a couple walks, a couple base hits, 2 runs across for Lawrence. So we'll take a quick break and be back in a moment once the meeting of the minds is over. So back to the action. Rossi to his set. Now batting Davis, the catcher, with first and second, Samick and Crooks. And the pitch coming from Rossi. Lined. Loomis makes a nice short hop. And the throw over to Zhang, and the sides are tired. But not before Lawrence get 2 runs on a couple of hits and a walk. So AOA chasing too early, but still plenty of time. Bottom of the second coming up. And we're back here ready for the bottom of the second inning. Leading off, Landon Rossi, followed by Lex Zhang and Colin Loomis. Big righty Crooks back to the bump. And the first pitch is popped foul out of play at the first base side. the 0-1 is inside and high. 1-1 the count. And that pitch at the letters, swung out and missed. 1-2 to Rossi. And that pitch outside, 2-2. The 2-2. Low, 3-2. Good eye there by Landon. Payoff pitch coming here from Crooks. And Crooks steps off. Back to the rubber. He winds and fires. Strike 3 called, and Landon Rossi knew it. 1 out, and in steps LEC Zhang. Crooks is working it right now. Throwing hard as he did last time. The pitch. Outside and low, 1-0. I mean, the best case scenario for AOA is to just keep the score as low as you can. As that pitch is fouled to the screen, 1-1. Get Crooks' pitch count up. And then attack. Whoever may be coming in for Lawrence after. But that would have to do with Crooks getting tired and the coach pulling him, which I don't foresee him doing unless he wanted to try to, in theory, save him for the final. As that one's fouled back by Lex as well, 1-2. Baseball, it's a big game of ifs, and managers have to make tough decisions sometimes. And the pitch to Lex. Curveball, outside corner, strike 3. So Lex down looking. No objection. And then steps Colin Loomis with 2 outs. That one swung on and missed. Count 0-1. The pitch. Pitch popped up to Rivas at first. Rivas makes the call and the catch, and AOA go down 1-2-3. We'll go to the third. Lawrence up 2. And we're back for the top of the third inning. Rossi back to work for Andrews Osborne. And stepping up to the plate is Mateo, the center fielder. The pitch. Swung on and missed for a strike. Count 0-1 to Davis. Again, the called a little rally that started for Lawrence. Started with a 2-out walk last inning. And umpire said he went. And the count 0-2 to Davis. No objection. And the 0-2 is low, 1-2. So it doesn't matter what level you're playing at, majors, high school, college, minors, hell, excuse me, little league. You walk a man with 2 outs, anything can happen, as that pitch is called strike 3 on Davis, and there's 1 away for Rossi. The pitch. Curveball, nice one, snapped off there by Rossi, and count 1-0, or excuse me, 0-1. To Roan. That one in the dirt. Roan swings and misses, 0-2. You start featuring that curveball for strikes, you can start messing around with it in the dirt. Feebig, a very good catcher, will block the ball. The pitch. Chopped at the plate, foul, and they'll do the 0-2 again. And time is in. Rossi to the set, the 0-2 coming to Roan. Blows it right by him, strike 3, and there's 2 away. And in steps Rivas now. Big first baseman for Lawrence. Rossi winds and fires. Ground ball chopped to short. Miles Raines gets a nice Sunday hop. Throw to first in time, and Lawrence go 1-2-3. We'll go to the bottom of the third. AOA need runs. And now to the bottom of the third and the bottom of the order for Andrews Osborne. Connor Heineman leads off. Swung on and missed. 0-1. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. 0-2. Heineman followed by Alejandro Garcia Pedroso and Andrew Ina at the top of the order. And that one is taken for a ball high, 1-2. The pitch. Swung on a miss, strike three. Heineman didn't stand a chance there. One away, and in steps Alejandro Garcia Pedroso. And that one swung on and missed for strike one to Ale. That one not near the zone, swung on and missed for strike two. So quickly in the hole now. And Crooks quickly to work. And that one is chopped up the middle. Shortstop Fields fires across the diamond in time, and there's two away. Samick to Rivas. And now back to the top of the order in Inat, who reached base on a little flare back in the first. The pitch Inat. Curveball taken for a strike. Catcher couldn't hold on to that one, but it was a strike all the way. Count 0-1 now on Andrew. And pitch. Outside 1-1. The pitch. Popped up. Oh, the ball. Oh, no, that's unfortunate. That's going to be a foul ball. Crooks wanted to call it. Davis wanted to call it. Crooks gave way to Davis. Ball didn't touch any leather. Landed on the field. Had some backspin foul. And we were going to do it again. 1-2. That's weird. So new life for Inat. The pitch. That one a lawn dart. Stopped there by Davis, and the count 2-2. And the pitch. Curveball, strike three. Bugs Bunny goes Andrew Inat as he gets corkscrewed. And so quietly go the Phoenix. We'll go to the top of the fourth. 2-0 to score. Anthony Camardi, AOL, AOA, BRB. Now here for the top of the fourth inning. Leading off for Lawrence is Maloney, the left fielder. Rossi gets the set, the pitch. Grounded right back to Rossi, who flips to first, PFP, and there's one away. And this is where it all went sour back in the second inning for AOA as a walk to Sterinsky, a double by a stolen base by Sterinsky. No, I'm sorry, a walk to Sterinsky, a double by Commander, scoring Szymanski as that one popped up in the air. Calling it is Marco Zhang. Catching it is Marco Zhang, and they're 2 away. So forget what I was about to say about where it all went wrong last inning, or 2 innings ago. But it was a walk to Sterinsky, a double by Commander scoring Sterinsky, a stolen base by Commander, and then a single scored the last run by Samek. So yeah, without that 2-out walk, we might not be in this situation. However, it is what it is. 1-0 the count to Commander. And that curveball poured in beautifully in the count 1-1. The pitch. 2-1. The pitch. Swung on and missed, 2-2. And the pitch. Curveball, strike 3. What a break pitch by Rossi. 1, 2, 3 go to Lions. We'll go to the 4th. AOA need runs. Bottom of the 4th. Back here for the bottom of the 4th inning, leading off Miles Raines. The pitch. Taken low, 1-0. That pitch popped foul down the first base side, out of play. The pitch. That pitch is lined down the first base line. Doesn't stay fair. It is a foul ball, just foul. Raines could have had something going for AOA there. Ball just blew a little bit foul. And Raines knew it. You see him shaking his head right there. And the pitch. Outside, 2-2. See if Reigns can get one in play here. Curveball just misses. Around the plate, 3-2. The payoff pitch. Outside ball 4. Leadoff walk for Reigns. And now Cooper Feevig digs in. Struck out swinging his last at bat. Unusual for him. See if he can get some redemption here. Pitch coming here from Crooks. Reigns off first. The pitch. Curveball at the knees. A strike, 0-1. The pitch. Outside, 1-1. The pitch. At the knees again, 1-2 now. Feebig has to protect. And the pitch. It hit him, and the AOA has runners on first and second, nobody out. With the cleanup batter, Marco Zhang, coming to the plate. And Lawrence coach wants to talk this over. Shuffletti, first and second. Nobody out. With the cleanup batter at the plate. A chance for AOA to tie this one. So infield fly rule is in effect. With Marco Zhang digging in. Big spot here for Marco with nobody out. And a weak hack at a curveball. Good one. Blocked nicely by Davis. The 0-1 coming from Crooks. Pitch low, 1-1. Rossi on deck. And it looks like a foul softball has come onto the field. And that's launched back into the off the foul pole. So Crooks will deal the 1-1 to Zhang. Fouled away, and it's 1-2. Big spot here for Marco. Big spot here for Crooks at the same breath. And the pitch. High, ball 2, 2-2. Call this a pressure situation. 2-2, nobody out. First and second base. Reigns off second. Feebig off first. 2-run lead for Lawrence. A big spot here for Zhang. The pitch. Popped up, foul out of play. We'll do it again. So Marco staying alive. And the pitch from Crooks. High, ball 3. And the count runs full on Zhang with Landon Rossi on deck. And the pitch. Curveball called outside and ball 4. Crooks can't believe it. The AOA, bases loaded, nobody out, and in steps Landon Rossi. Crooks can't believe it. That pitch was called a strike earlier in the game, and objectively or subjectively for AOA, Blue picked a good time to call that a ball. So bases full of Phoenix, as that pitch is a strike on the inside corner to Rossi. With nobody out, AOA, you need at least one here. Doesn't matter how you get it, at least one. Crooks works very quickly. Count 1-1. You have to have a productive at bat here if you're Rossi. Ball needs to be in play. And that one is lined to right field. That is going to be caught. Oh, and Miles Raines makes the cardinal sin. Did not tag up on the fly ball. That would have been a sure RBI for Rossi. What a mistake. What a mental mistake by Miles Raines. So, and there's one away. Bases remain loaded. Now for LEC Zhang. Forgot the orange in that third base spot there for you at home. Sorry. And that pitch taken for a ball. The count 1-0. The pitch. That one is popped to first base. Rivas has a beat on it, and he drops it. And the count 1-1 on Lex, who has new life. Oh, a lot is happening this inning. Oh, when I saw Raines halfway down the line, I'm like, get back, get back, get back. Got a tag. The 1-1 coming to Zhang. Low, and the count 2-1. This is the inning, right? This is where it has to happen here for AOA. It has to happen here. Lex Zhang calls time. Hey, big players make big plays in big games. This is a spot here for Lex. 2-1 to count. The pitch from Crooks. Lined! Caught at second base. And he throws it away. Raines will score. Well, look at it. Hey, baseball's a weird sport, everybody. So the line drive to Roan is caught off the bat of Zhang. Trying to double off Fiebig at second base. Roan throws it away. Raines scores. It's 2-1. Now Colin Loomis a chance to tie the game here with 2 outs. That first pitch taken for a ball. And count 1-0. Fiebig off second. Zhang off first. The pitch. Outside, 2-0. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Count 2-1. Good spot there from Crooks on that pitch. The pitch. Lined at the middle. Base hit for Loomis. Fiebig is getting the... Whoa, that's a terrible throw. Fiebig got the hold sign. The hold sign given by Coach Murphy. Bases are reloaded of Phoenix. And Connor Heineman steps in. Chance there for Heineman to do big things. Huge hit for Loomis. First pitch called strike, 0-1. Trying to think, you always try to think 2020 if he had sent him. That throw was so far off the line. Swing and a miss, strike 2, 0-2. Had Feebig been sent. Throw so far off the line, it would have been... Crooks was covering home. It could have been a bang-bang play, but still. Chasing one with the bottom of the order coming up, I may have sent him just to make them make a perfect play. Because that would have had to have been the most perfect of perfect plays to get Feebig at the plate. I would have sent him. That's just me. The pitch. Swung on and missed, strike three. Again, overmatched. Simply overmatched. But the Phoenix get one. So at the end of four, 2-1 Lions. This is a good one, folks. It's going to come down to very, very, very marginal things and not tagging up on a fly ball, not sending the runner. There's 2 runs could have been had there for AOA, and it's not for a couple of mistakes. The biggest one being not tagging up on that fly ball by Rossi, and then not having the not use the word. What's the word I want to use? I'm not sure what it is, but not sending Feebig home could be another mistake. We want to play it safe, but not when you're chasing a run in the middle stages of a game, or it could be a game-changing play. Nonetheless, we'll go to the 5th inning, 2-1 Lawrence. Back in a second. Back here for the top of the 5th inning, leadoff man Samick leads off. Again, here in the 5th inning, the pitch from Rossi. Outside for a ball, 1-0. Rossi steps off. The pitch. Curveball line to center field. Heineman's there for the plate, and there's 1 out. Now Crooks digs in. Pitch coming from Rossi. Curveball outside, 1-0. The pitch. 2-0 to Crooks. The pitch. High, 3-0. And the pitch from Rossi. Line down the first base line. At the fair ball past Marco Jean. Good sliding play by Lex to keep that from going to the wall. Saves a double. So Crooks is on to the single. And there's a runner on first with one away here for Lawrence as Davis, the catcher, steps back in. So with Crooks off first base, Rossi goes to the set. And he'll deliver the first pitch here to Davis. It is low for a ball, 1-0. 2-1 here in top of the fifth inning. Lawrence looking to pad the lead. AOA looking to keep it right here. That pitch poured in at the knees for a strike and the count 1-1. The pitch. Fouled back to the screen to count 1-2. And the 1-2 coming here from Rossi. The pitch. High ball two. And the throw down, not in time. Good save there by Raines to keep that from going into center field. Crooks is in to second with a stolen base. So now the 2-2 will be coming up here to Davis. Pitch from Rossi. Curveball, strike three, swinging. 2 away, and in steps Mateo, the center fielder. So Mateo digs in. The pitch from Rossi. Swing and a miss in the outside corner. 0-1 now to the Lawrence center fielder. Came in the pitch in the last game, was ill-effective. That pitch swung on and missed. 0-2. Bottom of the lineup, then top of the lineup for AOA coming up. Outside corner called strike three. We'll go to the bottom of the fifth inning. AOA need one. But Landon Rossi, keep it a minute. Be right back. Bottom of the fifth, Garcia Pedrosa to lead off. Takes a strike poured in by Crooks, still throwing strong. The pitch. Swung on and missed. 0-2 quickly to Ale. Top of the lineup, Inat next. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, sir, says Mr. Crooks. So Inat digs in, top of the order. This is where things need to happen for AOA, as Inat takes the first pitch inside. Inat, I think, disagreed with the call, but it looked good to me. The pitch. Fouled away, 0-2 to Andrew. And the pitch from Crooks. Outside, 1-2. The pitch. Did he go? Does not matter. So it does. He did go. So on the swing, it's a strikeout and a 2-3 put out as the catch. Davis blocks the plate, throws down the first to Rivas, and there's two away. Inat probably not happy with himself that he offered at that pitch in the dirt. That one fouled at the plate by Raines. Count 0-1 on him. Now Raines at the plate. Crooks still going strong. The pitch. Popped up and out of play, and the count will be 0-2 on him. Crooks making quick work of this part of the order. Phoebe on deck. The end pitch. Called strike three. That was at the letters. I do not disagree with that call. So 1, 2, 3 go AOA, and we go to the top of the sixth inning. 2-1 Lions. I told you it was going to be a pitcher's duel, and that's exactly what it is. Be right back. Back here for the top of the sixth inning. Leading off, Roan for the Lions. Again, bottom part of the order as that curveball swung on and missed for strike one. And that pitch, look out. Count 1-1 now to Roan. And that pitch poured in for a strike. And Orlando's probably still kicking himself for walking the 8-batter back in the second inning. But you know what? He's bounced back strong. And he's pitched a very good game up to this point. The 1-2. Chopped foul at third. We'll do it again. That one's chopped. Fair. The play by Einat across the diamond. In time. Great play from Einat to Zhang. Nice strong throw across the diamond. One away. Rivas steps in. Got a different bat this time up. The pitch. Chopped foul. Caught the umpire there. That never feels good. 0-1. Doesn't matter how much gear you have on, and somehow the ball finds a way. I've been there. I umpired for 10 years. Somewhere in there, the ball finds a way to get you. So we'll have an 0-1 here with one out here in the bottom of the sixth inning. AOA will have Fiebig, Zhang, and Rossi coming up. Then they're going to need a run, and Rossi has to keep them here locked in at that one-run deficit. The pitch. I'm sorry, we're in the top of the sixth. I was getting ahead of myself. By the way, that ball in the dirt was swung on and missed for a strike and count 0-2. And the pitch. Tip foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. So this is Crooks versus Rossi the entire time. The pitch. Low and outside, and the count 1-2. The pitch. High, 2-2. To Rivas. On deck, Maloney. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Rivas goes down, chasing ball, what would have been ball 3. And there's 2 away. Rossi deals. Fouled away. 0-1 count. The pitch. Curveball, strike 2. Good pitch. And go back to walking the 8-batter in the second inning, and you go back to not tagging on as we got another softball coming into left field here. And Alejandro will toss that one to, well, someone who cares over there. And as we go back to Miles not tagging on the fly ball. Cooper Feebig not being sent home. 2-1 to score. The pitch. Just outside, 1-2. And Rossi will deliver. Again, same spot, same call. Ball 2, 2-2. Again, this is the first umpire who's had a consistent strike zone without that extended outside corner, which I commend him for. He's got a good strike zone. I like it. That one swung on and missed. Strike 3. A good pitch from Rossi. And the Lions are retired in the 6th. We'll go to the bottom of the inning. Feebig, Zhang, Rossi need a run here. This is the spot. Back in a second. And we're back to the bottom of the 6th inning. Meat of the order. Feebig, Zhang, Rossi. This is where AOA needs to score. Warming up on the side is Miles Raines, suggesting maybe he'll come in for the 7th inning, or if we go into extras, the pitch to Feebig as Crooks goes into his 6th inning of work, opens up with the ball to Feebig. Back in the 4th inning, Feebig was on third, did not get sent home on a single by Loomis, as that pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Not sure if Feebig agrees. Crooks quickly to work, as he has been all day, and did he go? That's an impossible call for the first base umpire to make. He should not be making that call with a left-handed batter up. But he said he went. It is called strike 2. That is an absolutely impossible call for the first base umpire in the A position to make. I would never make that call. But now Feebig has to protect. And that pitch in the dirt, 2-2. So the 2-2 coming up to Feebig. Fouled away. And if we're being honest here, I really do think he went. But the first base umpire cannot make that call from his position. Impossible. The pitch. Lined past Reeves at first, and Feebig's on the single. That ball had some steam on it. And that throw gets away off the fencing of the dugout, and Feebig will take second base. It's a leadoff single, and he gets a second base on an error. So AOA in business. Runner on second, nobody out. In theory, scores without a hit. All you got to do is put the ball in play. Ball and play makes something happen. That's why every level I've coached, ball and play makes things happen. So Phoebe off second. Crooks sets and deals to Zhang. Is outside, ball 1-0. Sorry for those of you back home who keep seeing multiple balls pop up when I click it. The mouse tends to double click sometimes. That pitch also outside, and the count now 2-0. As Reigns continues to work on the side. The 2-0 coming here from Crooks. The pitch. Fouled back to the screen, and the count 2-1. Marco had the green light, 2-0. Rossi on deck. This is the spot of the order you want up. Big situations, chance to tie the game. Pitch coming here. Phoebe off second. Crooks checks the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two. A long elongated swing by Zhang. Needs to shorten that up a little bit and get this ball in play and somehow get Phoebe to third base. Somehow, some way. The pitch. Line to right center field, the base hit. How about an RBI? How about a double? Phoebe scores easy. Zhang's in around second. He's going for third. Is he going to send him? He's sending him home. Marco Zhang, here's the throw. Not in time. He's safe. Inside the park home run. Marco Zhang. It's 3-2 AOA. Hey, get the ball in play. He listened. Great slide to avoid a tag by Zhang. And it's 3-2. Oh, 3-2. Sorry. I made it 4-2 on the screen. But it's a strike now to Rossi. Still nobody out. And that one's fouled right back. Would have hit me in the teeth if that wasn't there. And it's quickly 0-2 to Rossi. And that pitch a ball. The count 1-2. And that one in the dirt, 2-2. Jan said the scoreboard is wrong. I apologize for that if you're watching, well, live. But on the screen here that you're watching at home, as that pitch is outside, 3-2. And that pitch is out of the zone. So Rossi reaches, and this is the same point in last game where same point in the game last game. Crooks started to lose it a little bit, and AOA took advantage. LEC Zhang offers on a bunt, and that misses, and the count's 0-1. See what Coach Murphy did have Lex do a sack bunt last time against the Lions, and it led to a run scoring. Possibly the same idea there. So there's one strike on the batter. Rossi off first. The pitch from Crooks. And he offered again. Not sure why he would offer at a ball in the dirt. But distracted Davis enough where Rossi now gets to second base. And again, AOA have a runner on second base with nobody out. A chance to get him in without getting a hit. Last time that happened, Marco Zhang ropes one to the gap and an inside the park home run. Now Rossi off second. The 0-2 to Lex. Outside 1 and 2. The pitch. Low 2 and 2 now to Zhang. Brother of Marco. So Rossi off second. The 2-2 to Zhang. In the dirt again. Good weight. And 3 and 2 the count now as Crooks is starting to lose a little bit of command. The pitch. High ball 4. Lex reaches. And still with nobody out. First and second. Infield fly rolls in effect. And Colin Loomis, who got a base hit his last at bat. That's when they held Fiebig at third as Coach Schiaffeletti comes out to talk to his ace. I don't think he's going to take him out this time. Loomis, a big base hit in his last at bat, looking to do more of the same here. Nobody out. Bottom of the sixth inning. 2 already across on the inside the park home run by Marco Zhang, who might need oxygen right now in the dugout. And he did well to avoid the tag at home plate as the throw was on time. So Crook stays out there after a talk from Coach Schiaffeletti. Colin Loomis at the plate. First and second, Landon on second. Lex Zhang off first. And the pitch coming to Colin, who's going to show bunt. And that one fouled back to the screen. 0-1. Showing bunt the entire way. Landon even bluffed the steal there. So Coach Murphy trying to play a little small ball and make something happen. The pitch. Pulls back the bunt. Ball bounces away from Davis. Calls 1-1. Let's see if Loomis can be a magician with the magic wand there with the bunt. Crooks to his set again. Will Loomis show? He will. And he gets the bunt down. That's a good one. Crooks fields. Fires the first in time. And there's one away. What a beautiful bunt by Colin Loomis. That was masterful by Colin. So now second and third with one away. And in steps Connor Heineman in a huge spot. Ball just absolutely must get in play. Give the runners a chance to make something happen. Ball absolutely must be in play here. Crooks is set. 1 out. The pitch. Ball's taken low. 1-0. Maybe a triple click of the mouse. And pitch. Outside 2-0 from Crooks. And the pitch. Outside 3-0. 3 straight from Crooks. I can't imagine any situation where Connor has the green light here. He will probably have the take sign. The 3-0. Is low, ball 4, and bases are loaded of Phoenix. Alejandro Garcia Pedroso coming to bat. Bases loaded, 1 out, bottom of the 6th, 3-2 Phoenix lead on the Marco Zhang inside the park home run. A ball that just rolled forever and ever and ever. Crooks winds and fires. Out of the zone, 1-0. And I would expect the same for Ale here. Take, 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 take. If it gets to that point. Crooks deals. High, ball 2, 2-0. And the pitch. Curveball taken. Had Ali jumping out of the zone there. 2-1 to count. And again, this ball just needs to get in play. Just needs to get in play. That's in play to the shortstop hole. Scoring is Rossi. Out at first. Oh no, he's off the bag. Safe at first is Pedroso. It's 4-2 Phoenix. Reeves' foot, the umpire says his foot came off first. He is safe. Bases remain loaded. The throw from Samick pulled Reeves off the base. It's 4-2 AOA. And now back to the top of the order in Andrew Inat. The pitch. To the backstop, and Lex thinks otherwise. It took a big bounce off the brick wall. And with all the momentum going your way, the last thing you want to do is run into an out at home at the top of the order up the plate. The pitch coming. Paint on the outside corner from Crooks. He's digging deep now. This is about all Crooks has left. See how much longer Coach Schiaffeletti gives him. Crooks steps off for a moment. Lex Zhang off second. Heineman off, or excuse me. That curveball has Inat looking. Ducked out of there, 1-2. Lex Zhang off third. Heineman off second. Pedroso off first. The pitch. Outside, 2-2. And the delivery from Crooks. Curveball gets away. Here comes Lex. He will score. It's 5-2 AOA. And Heineman and Pedroso move up a base. And it's coming unraveled for the Lions yet again in the later part of the game. Cook steps off. The pitch. Curveball, strike 3 called. Great pitch. Inat down looking. And there are 2 away. And in steps Miles Raines. And for Rossi, who I'm presuming will go back out there for the top of the inning, as that one is taken high, 1-0. Check with the first base or the field umpire. Did not go. That one a called strike and count 1-1. Believe we're gonna have the bottom of the lineup coming up as that ball's chopped foul. We'll do 1-2 to Raines. Believe Maloney, Sterinsky, Commander will be the 3 batters for the Lions. Pitch from Crooks. Just high. Good thing Raines is short. 2-2 the count. And I'm short too, but so is he. The pitch. Outside, 3-2. With Fiebig on deck. Cook steps off. Raines digs in. The pitch. Curveball in the dirt, ball 4. Bases reloaded, full of Phoenix. And Feebig digs in. A huge spot here. This would break the game wide open, should good things happen. So, 2 away. 4 home for the Phoenix this inning. Marco Zhang, the big one, the inside the park home run. Feebig, the pitch is a ball. Crooks appears to have lost his mojo, and he cannot find the zone. And he's only so long you can have command for the hard-throwing righty, as that pitch is inside, 2-0. Pitch coming here from Crooks. Feebig rips it down the first base line. It is a fair ball. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Raines being waved home. Feebig digging for third. It's a stand-up triple for Feebig. And AOA lead 8-0. Heineman, Garcia, Raines all score. And back up to the plate, Marco Zhang. It's a bases clearing triple for Feebig. And Crooks, his day is done. Samick is going to come into pitch for the Lions. And much like the first game, Crooks' pitch count just got too high and he ran out of steam. So Samick will come into pitch. Crooks will go to shortstop. We'll take a break as he takes his warm-up pitches. Back in a second. And Samick is done with his warm-up pitches and delivers that first pitch to Marco Zhang as a strike. Marco Zhang delivered the strike of the game with that inside the park home run earlier in the inning. That pitch is outside for the ball, 1-1. With Rossi waiting on deck. The pitch from Samick is at the letters, called a strike, 1-2. To Zhang. That ball that Marco hit got past the center fielder and right fielder. That pitch, and a good pick there by Davis. Another key play That ball's chopped to third. Commander Fields fires to first. Gets by Rivas. Zhang thinks about going to second, but he will think otherwise. So another run scores. It's 9-2 AOA as Fiebig scores. Zhang now on first. With Rossi at the dish. Another huge call was the infield umpire as Marco gets back on the check. The field umpire calling Alejandro safe at first base on the throw when Rivas picked it, but his foot came off the base. That pitch a strike to Rossi. I mean, that getting called, I mean, at that point, pitch inside, 1-1. The pitch. Outside 2-1. And at that point in the game, AOA had already had their 3-2 lead. But with that, allowed the floodgates to fully open up. Alejandro's called out. This is a different inning. This is a different game. Crooks might still be in there. And we might be in the 7th inning by now. As that ball's ripped past Commander, playing way off the line at third. So a single for Rossi. And it goes from bad to worse for the Lions. First and second with 2 away, and LEC Zhang steps up to the plate. The pitch in the dirt. One oh the count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away. And moving up 90 feet are both Rossi and Zhang, Marco. Now let's see if big brother can knock little brother in. 2-0. The pitch. Line to right center field. That is a base hit. Marco scores. Coming home is Rossi. He'll score. It's 11-2 as AOA have put 10 across here in the inning. 2 RBIs for LEC Zhang. He's on first base. And AOA are 1 run away from calling game themselves with Colin Loomis at the dish. Loomis lines that one back to the screen. 0-1. Baseball is a funny game. It takes one call, one little thing. So many little nuances to the game can just open up the floodgates, as it has here. And that one's chopped to third. Commander Fields fires across. Gets by Rivas again. This time, Lex comes to third. And Rivas kind of held Loomis up there. So another throw. Rivas not much of a moving person. And down gets by him. So first and third, 2 away. Connor Heineman a chance to end it. The runner, I could hear the first baseman complaining that the runner pushed him, but Loomis has the right to first base. And the ball got by him before Loomis pushed him. There should be no issue here. And there isn't. But time is called as Heineman gets instructions from Murphy. I'm not sure if Colin could even push Rivas more than an inch or two. The pitch. Taken for a strike on the outside corner. And the count 0-1. The pitch. Chopped to short. Fielded by Crooks. Across the diamond in time, and that'll retire the side. But AOA put 10 across. It's 11-2. We'll go to the 7th. The Lions need 9. And Rossi looks like he's back out to finish the job. Back in a moment. So Rossi back out for the top of the 7th inning to finish the job that he started. It's going to be Sturinsky, Commander, and Samek. 8-9-1 in the order here with a 9-run lead. The game is Rossi's. AOA have games on Thursday, Friday, and next Monday. And next Friday. The pitch from Rossi to open up the 7th inning, tipped in and out of the mitt of Feebig, and count 0-1 to Sturinsky. Friday, I believe, is the LEC final between one of these two teams, who at the moment looks to be AOA. 1-1 the count now on Sturinsky. That pitch swung on and missed, count 1-2. Stepping on deck is number 4, Eisenberg, for Commander, whose day seems to be done. The pitch. Popped up, and I believe it's going to be out of play. And we'll do the 1-2 again. So Rossi sets and fires the 1-2. Curveball high, 2-2. And the pitch. Grounded to third. Fielded by Inat. Across the diamond. A high throw. Brings Zhang off the bag. It's an E5. And Lawrence had the leadoff man on. So now Eisenberg digs in for pinch hitting for Commander. Surprised to have a pinch hitter here for Commander, who roped the double earlier in the game. As that pitch is outside, 1-0. The pitch. Line, first base side, out of play, foul. 1-1 to Eisenberg. The pitch. Strike at the knees, 1 and 2 to Eisenberg. The 1-2. Curveball high. Maybe lost a fastball there. Couldn't really tell the spin on it. 2 and 2. And pitch. Outside, 3 and 2. To Eisenberg. The payoff pitch. High, ball 4, and the first 2 batters reach. Not an ideal start to the inning for Rossi and AOA, trying to hold on to the 9-run lead. But hey, the mountain is still high for the Lions. Still a big climb. So Samick will dig in. At this point, you trade runs for outs. And the pitch. He did not go. The count's 1-0. Check the swing. Crooks on deck. Rossi delivers. That's popped up. It's going to be infield fly is not called. Good call by Miles Raines. Doubles the runner off at second base. There's 2 away. Hey, AOA made a base running error back in the 4th inning, and that's reciprocated here in the top of the 7th. Miles Raines ranges back, makes the play, throws to Loomis, 2 away. So Sturinsky's deleted off second base, and now Crooks the final at bat or final hope for the Lions. That pitch is taken high, 1-0. And the pitch. Line to right field at the base hit. So Crooks keeps the Lions' LEC hopes alive as it's now 1st and 2nd with 2 away. With Davis coming to the plate. (11-2) AOA lead after a 10-run 6th inning. The pitch. That one's fouled back. 0-1. And that pitch high. And that pitch in the dirt gets away, and the runners move up 90 feet apiece. Eisenberg and Crooks. Two on the count. The pitch. Outside. And the count is 3-1 on Davis with 2 away after the base running blunder by that pitch called a strike. 3-2 down to their final strike by Sturinsky was the culprit of the base running. 3-2, 2 outs, top of the 7th. Chancer landed Rossi to end it right here. And he does! Called strike 3. Ball game over. Phoenix win. LEC semifinals, check. AOA will be in the championship game on Friday. A gem tossed by Landon Rossi. A timely inside the park home run by Marco Zhang. And AOA win the semifinal round against Lawrence and double up their season total against these Lions. Again, a tough luck loss for Crooks, who pitched fantastically in both games, but ran out of gas, and Marco Zhang, the Crooks killer, does it again. Final score, AOA 11, Lawrence 2. I'm Anthony Camardi from Andrews Osborne Academy in Loomis Field. Thanks for watching. We will see you on Thursday, and if you want some prep soccer action, we got prep soccer tomorrow afternoon at 4:30 against Kitski School. Thanks, and have a good night.